Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode 39 of Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, finding meaning and certainty in all the chaos and mayhem that's going on around us. And in the last couple of episodes, entitled A New Religion, If You Please, we've been talking about this idea of a new religion, if you please. All right. So what is this new religion? That is a religion of self-empowerment and expression. S-E-E. What does it mean? Okay. So this new religion, who is the leader? You. Huh? Well, who do we get all the information from? You. Yourself. The God within you. The highest self within you. Where do I find that? I'll show you. All right. Good question. All right. Who is responsible? You guessed it. You. All right. Well, who's to blame if things don't work out? 3 guesses. You should only need 1. You. It's up to you. So the steps that I'm going to show you, the plan, the strategy, the how-to is not in question. It works. For real. All the deities that have existed all use the exact same system, the exact same process, the exact same tools, the exact same mechanisms that you can use too. It's the time for your awakening. It's up to you though. You can choose to be in that time right now, or you can choose to go back to the way things have been. And Dr. Phil would say, how's that working for you so far? And maybe it is, but if it isn't, maybe it's time to live in a new way, to become self-aware, to see the truth, to see yourself, to have self-awareness. Because when you become self-aware, you become self-empowered. And then you can have self-expression. But not until. So this is what is meant by born again. When you're born again into your higher self, it's like being born again. It's a whole new world. It really is. Everything seems different. All your senses are heightened. Now, so that's the good news, and it's amazing news, and it's an amazing experience. Your chances are you won't stay in it. You'll come in and out of it. But little by slow, you'll be in it more and more and be out of it less and less. That's my prayer for you. Okay? So you see yourself in the mirror of life. Life is a mirror. You've heard this a million times. And I know you've told me a million times about exaggerating. I know that. All right? Self-empowerment and expression. C. So, this, of course, is the brain. And it's a pretty brain. And we all have pretty brains. Now, we're not going to become brainless. We are going to use our brain. It's going to be the servant of the heart. Right now, we live in a mind-driven world, right? But we are transcending that. So we are going to become who we really are, which is a heart-driven being. The mind stuff can be done by other things, like, you can do math on a calculator. Now, I know all this thing about transhumanism, and people are afraid that if we start using all this technology, that the potential that lies within us will not be used, not be needed anymore, and we'll lose it. What you don't use, you lose. No. Listen, Linda, you've been using a calculator. You can still add up numbers if you choose to focus on it. You've been using a car. You've been using a computer. We're flying airplanes. We can fly. Well, potentially, right? Can't do it yet, but you've dreamed about it. You've dreamed about levitating. Yes, you have. Maybe you've forgotten. But anyway, we've all dreamed of levitation because we can. We just haven't reached that point in our conscious evolution. yet, but we're moving in that direction. But the fact that we use planes right now is okay because it's a stepping stone. When we use AI, it allows us to let the AI do the thinking. How long would it take you to read every book that's ever been written, to understand and read every single piece of literature, every piece of information that's ever been written in every language, understand it all, and be able to use it in a second? It might take a long time. It might take a lot of lifetimes, right? Meanwhile, back here on Earth, you don't have that long. At least not yet. My point is, there's nothing wrong with using technology. Use technology, love people. We've got to the point where we love technology and hate people. That's probably not a good combination. And it's showing up, isn't it? So when would now be a good time to stop that? I'll go with now. I know, I'm psychic too. Imagine that. All right, so the heart is the CIA, Central Intelligence Agency. How do we unlock it? We are going to look into that practicality, and there are specific things we need to do that. I know, right? You were thinking, just live from my heart. How the heck do you do that? I'm going to show you. All right, so here's what we need to understand, though. If we understand the science behind it, if we understand that this is for real, this is not airy-fairy, esoteric stuff. Well, yes, it is, but it's also backed by science. The ancients have known this since the beginning of time. We, of course, had to prove it first. Okay, 1991, Heart Math Institute, Roland McCready, and a bunch of other scientists who are amazing and have discovered so much about the heart and intuition. I want you to look into it. Heart Math Institute. Write that down. Go to their website. But anyway, bottom line is this. That is the earth. I know, not a very good picture. And that is a man. Not a very good picture either. The point is, the earth has a frequency. It's sending it out all the time. And you know that there's something called entrainment, right? You're familiar with entrainment, right? It's pretty well known that if a group of women end up staying in the same house, their menstrual cycle will entrain and they'll be on the same cycle. If you have two guitars at the two ends of the two sides of the room, and you pluck the string on one guitar, I'm not. Plug the string on one guitar, the same string on the other guitar, the other side of the room will vibrate. That's entrainment. Okay, so this frequency, vibration, is coming out of the earth. We are frequency. Our heart has a frequency. When this vibration comes out of the earth, we have a tendency, our heart wants to entrain with that frequency. What stops the entrainment? Fear. That's why we need to develop faith. Faith is not religious either. Neither is divinity, right? Faith is just the knowing, the certainty, and the belief in that higher power, the divinity, which lies within you and everyone. So when we say namaste, we're saying the divinity in me, recognizing, recognition, recognizing the divinity in somebody else, that your divinity recognizes their divinity. Lakin Lakesh, I am you, you are me, we are one. Good thing to remind yourself of when you meet someone. So we have a tendency to entrain with this heartbeat of the earth. So as the earth sends a signal to the heart sends a signal to the brain. The heart is communicating with the brain all the time. The heart is talking to the brain more than the brain talks to the heart. It's a little chatty Cathy. Anyway, the brain then sends the signals back to the cells of the body, and then guess what? The cells send the signals back to the brain to the heart, and the heart back to the earth. There's a lot going on here, right? And if you look at the word earth, what is the word earth? Look at the picture. What does this say? Ear, hear, the heart, hearth, ear, listen, Linda, the earth, hear the earth, the sound of creation. Everything is sound. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. The Word, Logos, frequency, vibration, and the word vibration was God. Get out of town. Okay. So, ear, hear, the heart, hearth. It's all there in one word. Who knew? Well, I guess God knew and told me. Anyway, so we all got to get wearing t-shirts like this or something. So we're going to use a combination of the brain and the heart to communicate with each other, the world, make decisions, and live a life at a higher level of consciousness. We are ready, becoming ready. Right now, the vibration is in a chaotic pattern, causing chaos and mayhem all over the world as we are being prepared for a new world at a higher vibration. Maybe even 1,000 years of peace and harmony. Well, let's pray on that. Let that sink into your heart. All right. We're moving forward. We've got a bunch more episodes to go where we get to how we actually do this. In the meantime, saper ord, dare to be wise.